Hi all, I am Ancy Thankachan, second year MC student of Marian College Kuttikkanam. Today I am going to present about the piece of task environment. Before going into a detailed description of piece, I would like to introduce the topics that we are going to cover in this presentation. The topics that are included in this presentation is the definition of agent, the definition of piece, the properties of piece of task environment, and at last an example of agents with their piece description. So, coming to the definition of agent, an agent is anything that can be viewed as perceiving its environment through senses and acting upon that environment through its actuators. The example of agents are human agent, robotic agent, and software agent. In human agent, the organs like eyes, ears are the sensors, and the body parts like hands, legs, mouth are the actuators. In robotic agent, all the cameras and infrared rangefinders are the sensors used in this agent, and the various motors are used as actuators. And the software agent means a software agent has encoded bit strings as its programs and actions. We know that there are different types of agents in our artificial intelligence system. The P system is used to categorize similar agents together. The P system delivers the performance measure with respect to its environment, actuators and sensors of the respective agent. Most of the highest performing agents are rational agents. So what is known as rational agent? The rational agent considers all possibilities and chooses to perform the highly efficient action. For example, it chooses the shortest path with the low cost for high efficiency. There are certain type of artificial intelligence agents, but apart from these types, there are many agents which are being designed and created today, and they differ from each other in some aspects, and some of them have some common aspects too. So, to grouping this similar type of agents together, a system was developed. It is known as P system. So, in our artificial intelligence, there are number of certain type of AA agents are used. So, these AA agents are having some common similarities between them. Some of them have some dissimilarities between them. So, for grouping this similar type of agents together, the system that is developed is called a P system. The P system is used for grouping that similar type of agents. So, in this slide, we can see a figure. Here, it consists of an environment, perceives, actions, sensors, and effectors. So, all these combinations form a P system. So, P system is the combinations of all these factors. Coming to the definition of P system, the P stands for performance, environment, actuators, and sensors. Based on these properties of an agent, they can be grouped together or they can be differentiated from each other. Each agent has the following properties defined for it. There are 4 properties of a base P system. The P system have it is defined its properties based on its performance, environment, actuators, and sensors. The first properties of P system, that is P stands for performance. The performance means the output which we get from the agent. All the necessary results that an agent gives after processing comes under its performance. The second P system is environment. The environment is the surroundings of agent at every instant. It keeps changing with the time if the agent is set in motion. So basically, there are 7 major types of environments are used. So the first category is fully observable versus partially observable. A fully observable AA environment has access to all required information to complete target task. Image recognition operates in fully observable domain. So, partially observable environments such as the ones encountered in self-driving vehicle scenarios deal with the partial information in order to solve a problem. The second category is episodic versus non-episodic. In episodic versus non-episodic environment, each episode consists of the agent perceiving and then acting. The quality of its action depends just on the episode itself. Subsequent episodes do not depend on the actions in the previous episodes. Episodic environments are much simpler because the agent does not need to think ahead. The third category is static versus dynamic environment. Static AI environments rely on data knowledge sources that don't charge frequently over time. Speech analysis is a problem that operates on static AI environment. Contrasting with that model, dynamic AI environments such as the vision, AI systems in drones deal with the data sources that change quite frequently. So, the fourth one is discrete versus continuous environments. In discrete AI environments are those on which a finite set of possibilities can drive the final outcome of the task. Chess is also classified as discrete AI problem. Continuous AI environments rely on unknown and rapidly changing data sources. The vision system in drones or self-driving cars operate on continuous AI environments. So, the fifth one is deterministic versus stochastic. The deterministic AI environments are those on which the outcome can be determined based on a specific state. In other words, deterministic environments ignore uncertainty. Most real-world AI environments are not deterministic. Instead, they can be classified as stochastic. Self-driving vehicles are a classic example of stochastic AI process. So, the sixth category is competitive versus collaborative. The competitive AI environments face AI agents against each other in order to optimize a specific outcome. Games such as Go or chess are the examples of competitive AI environments. Collaborative AI environments rely on the cooperation between multiple AI agents. Self-driving vehicles or cooperating to avoid collisions or smart home sensors interactions are the examples of collaborative AI environments. The last category of AI environment is complete versus incomplete. In complete AI environments are those on which at any given time we have enough information to complete a branch of the problem. Chess is a classic example of complete AI environment. Poker, on the other hand, is an incomplete environment as AI strategists can't anticipate many moves in advance and instead they focus on finding a good equilibrium at any given time. So, the given 7 major type of environments are used in our P system. So, the third properties of P system is actuators. So, A stands for actuators. It means the devices, hardware or software through which the agent performs any actions or process any information to produce a result are the actuators of the agent. So at last, the last component is sensors. In sensors, the devices through which the agent observes and perceives its environment are the sensors of the agent. Let us go through an example. Here we are taking a self-driven car as an example. As the name suggests, we all know that it is a car which drives on its own by taking all the necessary decisions while driving without any help from the user. In other words, we can say that the car drives on its own, requires no driver. The piece description of agent will be follows. The first one is the performance of our self-driven car. The performance factors of our self-driven car will be the speed, safety while driving, time taken to drive to a particular location, the comfort of the user, etc. Environment factors of self-driven car is the road on which the car is being driven, other car present on the road, pedestrians, crossings, road signs, traffic signals, etc. So, all these factors act as an environment. The third property is actuators. Actuators are the devices through which the control of the car is handled. So, all the control of the car is handled by the actuators. So, for example, we can say that for controlling a car, we need steering, accelerator, brakes, horn. So, these all are the actuators of a car. So, coming to the last component, that is sensors. Sensors of self-driven car are all those devices through which the car gets an estimate about its surroundings and it can draw certain perception out of it are its sensors. For example, we can say that the camera, speedometer, GPS, odometer, sonar that are used in our car is sensors of our self-driven car. So, this all are the piece properties of our agent self-driven car. Here, the table shows an example of agents with their piece representation. Here, the table shows three type of examples. Three type of agents. The first one is medical diagnosis, second is vacuum cleaner, third one is part picking robot. So the first one is medical diagnosis. The performance measure of this medical diagnosis or the performance factors are healthy patient and the minimized cost. The environment factors that affect this medical diagnosis, its patient, hospital, staff. The actuators that are used in this medical diagnosis, its test, treatments. At last, the sensors is its keyboard. The second one is vacuum cleaner agent. In this agent, the performance factors depends on cleanness, efficiency, battery life, security. The environment factors are the room table, wood floor, carpet, various obstacles. The actuators in vacuum cleaners are its wheels, brushes, etc. And last, the sensors used in this vacuum cleaner agent is its camera, cliff sensor, infrared wall sensor, etc. And the last agent that is given in our table is part picking robot. In part picking robot, the performance measure is its percentage of parts in correct bins. Its environment factor is conveyor belt with its parts and the bins. The actuators is its joint arms and its hand. The sensors is its camera, joint angle sensors. So, this is the example of agents with their piece representation. So, we can represent all the agents with their piece representation in this format. So, it consists of a performance measure, an environment, and actuators and the sensors. Going into a conclusion, one of the branches that begins to have more boom nowadays worldwide in artificial intelligence, it is the field of intelligent agents. So, it is considered as an autonomous agent, that is the system located in and as part of an environment, feeling that environment and acting on it over time, trying to achieve its own objective in a way that affects what it feels in the future. An agent is anything that can be considered to perceive its environment through sensors and that responds or acts in such an environment through effectors or actuators. So, the P system is used to group the similar type of agents together. We know that there are different type of agents in our artificial intelligence. The P system is used to categorize the similar agents together. The P system delivers the performance measure with respect to its environment, actuators and sensors of the respective agent. Most of the highest performing agents are rational agents. So, I am going to conclude my presentation. Thank you.